Alright, I watched Infinity Castle, and so far it's a good start to the conclusion of the Demon Slayer story. This being part one of the ending trilogy, it sets up the stakes for the final confrontation with Muzan very well. I also haven't finished the manga yet, wanted to wait until the anime was done first. So the story picks up right where the Hashira arc ended, with the demon corpse being dropped into the titular Infinity Castle by Muzan, and from there the action just starts and doesn't really slow down throughout the duration of the film. Even being around 2.5 hours, it doesn't feel like it, with something constantly happening to keep the story moving. However, certain characters do take a back seat during the movie. People like Inosuke, Nezuko, and really most of the Hashiras are only briefly featured. Instead, it focuses on three conflicts. The first is a fight between the butterfly Hashira Shinobu and the upper two Demon Doma. You get to see a little bit of backstory from each of them, and finally get to see Doma's abilities, with him only being briefly shown in previous seasons. Next is Zenitsu, who is facing the new Upper Six, which is a fallen thunder-breathing swordsman with a close connection to Zenitsu. What I liked about this was you finally get to see other forms of thunder breathing for the first time, since Zenitsu only uses Form 1. And finally, the fight that takes up the largest amount of the film is the showdown between Tanjiro, Giyu, and Akaza. If you've seen Mugen Train, then you'll know exactly what this fight means for everyone involved. The fight is very fluid and just flows with the beautiful animation this series is known for. It does break away from the action to show Akaza's backstory. While it is important to how everything concludes, it does affect the pacing of the fight a little bit. The film then ends after giving a quick setup for the potential conflicts of the next movie, with the biggest issue being the amount of time it'll take until that's finally released. My thoughts on it are that if you're already a fan of the series, you'll like this movie. The animation is beautiful and fluid, the soundtrack is great, and watch it be such a success at the box office has been great to see, showing to studios that there is still merit to animated films like this. Really, my only complaints are is that there hasn't really been a whole lot of background work on the Hashiras. Being this close to the finish line of the series, I just don't think we're going to get any more than probably a couple quick flashbacks, if even that, like they've done so far. And that upper one, Kukushibo, so far it's just kind of a background character who's only briefly alluded to his strength. So yeah, if you get the chance, I'd recommend giving it a watch. Even if you haven't seen the rest of the series, I think the overall action and style of the film will keep you interested throughout. Well, see you later. Bang. Nice.